Everyone, Bill from All Selling is Social here, and today we're going to talk about LinkedIn Premium and should you have it? It's one of the biggest questions I get from people all the time. Is it worth it? Should I get it? And they seem to be thinking they're talking about one thing when actually they're not. LinkedIn Premium refers to different levels, and we're gonna talk about that. We're also going to look at some of the features because it used to be, back when I started using LinkedIn in 2014 and started training others how to use it in 2017, LinkedIn Premium gave you like one big advantage, and that was 90 days worth of who's viewed your profile. Everyone else could only see 5 days of who's viewed your profile. And then there was Sales Navigator and Recruiter, where you had more searches and you were able to do those kind of things, but that was it. But about 18 months to 2 years ago, LinkedIn began to roll out even more features for those that have a premium subscription, really moving to a pay to play model, and they're not turning back from that. We're going to see more features available for people who pay, and that's not going to change. So, what are we talking about when we say LinkedIn Premium? Well, as I mentioned, it's not just one thing. The term actually refers to the subscription you have for the paid version of LinkedIn, where when they're talking about LinkedIn Basic, that's the free version. And right now, there are four of these for personal profiles, and a fifth which is being rolled out, which I actually heard about just last week and saw it listed on a LinkedIn page today, but there's no information about it. No information as to the details or what it's going to cost. So what are these four levels? So the first is Premium Career. This is the base level. Only a few features that you get with this. I call it, if you're looking to break in at a reasonable price for LinkedIn Premium, this would be where you would start. The next level is LinkedIn Business, and then there's Sales Navigator and Recruiter Lite. We're not going to talk about Recruiter Lite at all because I'm not a recruiter, but really, if you're in business development, if you're a salesperson, if you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, and you're looking to use and leverage LinkedIn to make more connections with potential clients, you really want Premium Business or Sales Navigator. And so what we're going to do is look at the different features that are right now available for those having premium, basically business premium and above. And then I'm going to go on LinkedIn and show you what they look like and where you can see them and see what they're like, because there's a new feature which is a scrolling banner image that I talk to people all the time. They have business premium, they don't even know it's available to them. So here are the premium features, and I notice it says this is not an exhaustive list in the show notes. In the notes in this and the PDF of the slide deck that you can download, there'll be a link to LinkedIn's premium page subscription where it lists out all the different features that are available. These are the ones that I think are important. It's subjective. These are important to me. I think they're important to everyone who's using LinkedIn for business development. So on the left is important, on the right is not so important. So who's viewed your profile with stats? So you have a 1 year's worth of who's viewed your profile, and you can look at different statistics and filter them. For example, their location or a company that they work in. A custom button. This lives right on your top section, and it can be view my website, book an appointment, view my store. There's several different ones you can create there. And it follows you around, and we'll take a look at what that looks like. I mentioned the scrolling banner image. So your banner image that's behind your profile picture, that billboard that I talk about, that can now be up to 5 different images that scroll. An enhanced featured section. Many people don't realize this. You can actually add recommendations to your featured section, as well as parts of your experience and certifications and education you can add there. Unlimited connection messages. So when you send a connection request, they say, you should send a message with them, right? You should send a personal note saying, hey, I'd like to connect, and giving some reason as to why. If you have LinkedIn Basic, you're only, I believe, now allowed 3 a month. It used to be 5. I've heard that they've knocked it back to 3. And so that's not very good, I don't think. Well, and you also are only allowed 200 characters with spaces for that note. If you have any level of LinkedIn Premium, you're allowed unlimited connection request notes and 300 characters with spaces. And then, not as important, private browsing. So on the free version right now, if you go to private browsing. In other words, you make it so you're looking at people's profiles anonymously, then you can't see who's viewed your profile. They turn that feature off. With LinkedIn Premium, you can turn that off and you can look at people anonymously and do private browsing and still see who's viewed your profile. In-mails. I think at Career you get 5 in-mails and all the rest I think you get 50. Uh, I don't use in-mail. I don't find them effective, but that's a feature that you have available. And then there's the services page, which is enhanced on premium profiles. Again, I don't find that very appealing. I've got it on mine. I've only been had people reach out to me 3 times, and all the 3 of them wanted to sell me something. They didn't want something from me. So let's go over to LinkedIn. We'll look at these, we'll look at these 5 that are on the left, the important ones, so you can see what they look like. And then we'll come back and we'll close it out with some more information to help you make a decision on whether you should have LinkedIn Premium. Here we are on LinkedIn. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the scrolling banner image, because you can see it right there on the page for mine. Now I have 3 different images that show, one with both of my companies, one with my podcast, and then the next with my Digisales Academy video training course. And so those scroll through, and again, you can have up to 5. You notice it goes kind of quick. You don't want to have a lot of information there because people won't be able to see it. And then if they click on it, it makes it bigger and they can scroll through. So that's the scrolling banner image. The next thing we'll talk about really quickly is the custom button. And so that's right here. Visit my website, you can see is mine. But let me just show you something really quickly. And I want to make sure I have someone that I know we're going to see the information right on there on the message. So Lorene has, so notice it shows up right here, visit my website, right? So on there. And then if we were to go view, I should have kept her up there. If we go and we view Lorene's profile, let me just pull her up and then we'll go look at her profile. You see the button is right there, view my website. But then if we look at any of her content, see, view my website, view my website. It's right there. So it literally follows you around. So I think that that's a great feature to have. Next is, we'll just really quickly look at who's viewed your profile. So profile views. So again, see this, I can filter it many different ways. So past 14 days, 28 days, 90 days, 365 days. And then I have all these different filters. I have interesting views, who can help me with a job. These aren't very important to me, but senior leader with your job function, I don't care about that. Works at a company you follow, that could be important to me. Senior leader in my industry. I don't want to talk to senior leaders in my industry. I want to talk to senior leaders in other industries, but that's a whole other thing. The company that they're with, so that's important to me. The industry they're in could be important, and then of course their location could be important. So those are I believe important filters that you have, which makes who's viewed your profile much more robust than it used to be. So that is a very important feature that you get with LinkedIn Premium. So we've covered the scrolling banner, the custom button, who's viewed your profile. Now let's look at the enhanced featured section. So whoops. So here it is here. I have to scroll till I get to one. Let's see. All right, I have to look at all of my featured because I don't have them that much in the front. But let's see. Right, so I launched a profile, right? I launched a profile. I'm sorry. I launched a podcast. It started with P, so that's where I'm at. I launched a podcast and I added it to my featured section, and then I featured it here, right? And see, notice it featured with premium so that people could see that experience. And then another thing I like to put there are reviews, recommendations, right? So if you receive recommendations on LinkedIn, I have one from Chris Dunn, one from Laura Lyons, those are featured. And then what I do is when you go to do it, what you want to do is keep those things front and center, right? Because people, when they look at your features section, they only see 3 items, and then they can scroll and look at 2 more, and then everything else is after that. They have to open that to go further. So having that new featured section, I believe, is very, very important. And then the connection messages are important. There's nothing I can really show you here with them. It's just that when you go to send a message, you really want to send that connection message and tell people why it is that you want to connect. Right. So those are the features that I think are important. I'm curious, you know, did you know about them? Are there some, especially the banner image? Like I said, I've talked to 5 people probably in the last 2 weeks and had no clue that they had that available to them. So I think that that's very important. So let's talk about where you can get some more information about this and how I can maybe further help you. So if you want more information on all the levels of LinkedIn Premium, what all the different features are that are available, if you go to premium.linkedin.com, you can see all the different ways and you can take a look. Now, here are some ideas about costs. And here's the thing. I couldn't find a list of costs. Even ChatGPT didn't have it right. So I'm giving you a range because right now, first of all, they do offer different levels to different people. And the reason I knew it was wrong is Sales Navigator Core. I pay $119.99 a month on ChatGPT. It had it as $99 a month. So these are rough estimates. So career is $29.99 to $39.99 a month. Business Premium will get you $59.99 to $69.99 a month. And then Sales Navigator Core, as I said, is $119.99 a month. If you pay for the year in advance, you get a break. I don't know what that is. Again, you can look that up and contact LinkedIn for more information. They also give you usually like a 30-day or a 14-day or a 30-day free trial for premium so that you can try. Here's the thing. If you decide to do that, what you want to make sure that you do is set aside some time to really dive in and take a look at it. Don't sign up. I know a lot of people sign up for Sales Navigator and get the free, and then on the last day, they're trying to figure out whether or not they want it. And here's the thing: when you sign up for that free trial, you have to give them credit card information, because when that 14 days hit, end of that 14 days hit, end of the 30 days hit, whatever that is, you're going to get charged. So just be aware of that. If you've never used or tried LinkedIn Premium and you want to try Sales Navigator, reach out to me. And if we're connected, I can actually gift you a free trial. I think I get 10 of those a month. So reach out to me. I'm happy to do that. Bill at All Selling is Social, or just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Best to reach out to me on LinkedIn because we have to be connected in order for me to be able to give you that free trial. So if you want more information, if you want to know or want to talk through this more, if you click on this link in the PDF and it's like call here and let's chat. It's a 30-minute call with me, no selling, no anything. I'll take a look at your profile. I'll give you some insight. I'll answer any questions you have on Premium. But I hope that helps you understand that there's a whole lot more to LinkedIn Premium than just who's viewed your profile or just being able to send some messages. There's a lot of powerful features that I think that you should be using if you're signed up for LinkedIn Premium. So hope that helps you, and we'll see you on LinkedIn.